This video is how to clean the clipper blades appropriately. This is like probably the most frequently used equipment in the hospital. And nothing is more frustrating than trying to shave a patient for surgery or quickly shave a patient to place an IV catheter if they are trying to die or whatever, and having to grab a clipper, try to use it, doesn't shave the hair, run and grab another one, try to use it, doesn't shave the hair, then trying to switch clipper blades around and figure out which ones are working. Pain in the butt. So, making sure that clipper blades are appropriately cleaned. And again, if I use a clipper blade to prep a patient who has a big nasty wound from a dog fight, and then I need to shave for an IV catheter, those clipper blades need to be cleaned, obviously, in between. There you get covered in blood, whatever else from the wound dog. And then we're trying to shave for an IV catheter, which we want to be as aseptic as possible, so we're not introducing any bacteria or anything else into the again, we are sticking something straight into a vein. So, keeping clipper blades cleaned, disinfected is very important. So, as you can see, all of these are currently dirty and have been used on patients. They are full of hair. Sometimes they literally are covered in blood or diarrhea. It's great. So, there are two different things. They live under here. There is Blade Wash, which is a liquid. There is Cool Lube. Both of these are disinfectants and lubricants, and they live under here. This one is an aerosol spray. You are going to use both of them. There is a little Tupperware tub that we put our Blade Wash in. You only fill it up a very little bit because you do not ever want to fully submerge clipper blades into this when washing them. So there's also a note on the Blade Wash to only fill it to the very bottom rim, which is, and again, this one has Blade Wash in it. So this bottom rim right here, you only want Blade Wash up to that. So pouring this whole thing in here and filling the Tupperware, no, absolutely not. If you have a clipper blade that has been used on like a wound patient and is covered in blood, getting blood and stuff off, you can use hydrogen peroxide to dissolve the blood and then kind of wipe it down with a paper towel. But you do not just want to use hydrogen peroxide, wipe down the blood, and then set them off to the side. It dries everything out, so then our clipper blade is not going to be able to move freely back and forth, which is why cleaning it with the lubrication and disinfectant is so important. So these all just have hair. So toothbrushes to kind of scrub everything out. You can take your blade off to make sure, because in here we'll get full of hair as well. So we just want to get all of our hair out, as well as in here. Then your clipper blade, after you've kind of dusted it when it's hairy, would now go into our Blade Wash. Another thing that lives under here too that you can use, especially if you've got things really gunked up or there's a ton of hair, is canned air. So that way you can blow the hair through the sides, since the toothbrush is hard to get in there. So after we have as much hair and gunk cleaned off as possible, then we are going to stick our clipper blades into our Blade Wash. So when doing the clipper blades in there, like I said, you don't want to fully submerge, and you don't want to get kind of the motor part of your actual clippers in there. You just want your blade submerged, turned on, So just kind of dipped down in there, but so that both parts of that blade are down in the wash. You will see things fly off of it, extra hair. Turn your blades off. I usually just use a paper towel to kind of lay them on. And again, I would clean these two, do the exact same thing, but then use a paper towel, just kind of let them sit out on the paper towel while I'm cleaning the other two. And then once it's sat for a minute, wipe that off. And then we want to use our aerosol spray and lubricate things as well. Turn your blade back on just to kind of get everything in there, the lubricating stuff, and then I set it off to the side so it can dry. And then they are clean. After you use your blade wash, of course, there's going to be all the leftover stuff that you just cleaned off your blade, so anything that your toothbrush or the canned air didn't get out of there, that is the point of it. But then you want to toss your dirty blade wash, wipe it out, and then fill it with clean blade wash. So, dirty clipper blade. Again, reason to disinfect. So if you look at this clipper blade, you know, it just looks like it has hair, whatever else. When you take this clipper blade off, you can see all down in here, all of that is dried. Cleaning them is important. There is our hydrogen peroxide. Will help to dissolve all of that. And then we would clean these like we did the other ones.